What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and in every form of entertainment, whenever people decide to put identity politics ahead of the story itself, that product will suffer. And that is exactly what we're seeing in the case of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The MCU, for quite some time, have been going down the road of identity politics, pushing down this path while sacrificing story and character development, and people are finally starting to wake up to it. WandaVision, it may have been a little more subtle on Disney+, but it was definitely there. Falcon and Winter Soldier literally beat you over the head with social justice and woke identity politics constantly. But now Kevin Feige himself is confirming what we have all been saying for quite some time. The MCU is indeed woke, and I don't think it will ever come back. Look at what Kevin Feige said about WandaVision. Kevin Feige says Doctor Strange cut from WandaVision because he's white and male. Now, of course, that headline is not exactly the quote that Kevin Feige said, but when we read these quotes, you'll realize that that's exactly what he meant. That they did not include Doctor Strange in WandaVision for this specific reason, and in fact, decided to rewrite Doctor Strange itself because they didn't want a white man to explain to Wanda anything at all, because Wanda doesn't need to be told anything. Wanda doesn't need to suffer any consequences. This is the MCU, and it's going to stay that way. We don't want any more white male heroes, even though Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU, was literally built off the back of white male heroes like Tony Stark and Captain America. But now that we're established, now that we've got all these things, now that we've got all this money and it's just absolutely rolling, they're gonna push their narrative, their identity politics. And it's unfortunate to see, because a lot of people enjoy the MCU, and I think a lot of people are going to be stepping away from it. Let's take a look at this article from Bounding Into Comics. Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige confirmed that Doctor Strange was cut from the recent Disney Plus season of WandaVision because he's white and male. Apparently, Doctor Strange was supposed to be communicating with Wanda via the commercials that were seen throughout the show, like the Toastmate scene in episode 1 and the Strucker Watch scene in episode 2. We all saw these commercials. We were wondering, why is this? Never really got explained. You want to know why it didn't get explained? Because it got cut. Because Doctor Strange was supposed to be the one communicating with her, but Doctor Strange got cut out because they didn't want a white male teaching Wanda anything. This is fucking insanity. However, Strange was cut from the show, and Feige explained why. He stated, "Some people might say, oh, it would have been cool to see Doctor Strange, but it would have taken away from Wanda. We didn't want the end of the show to be commoditized to go into the next movie. Here's the white guy. Let me show you how power works," he added. This is straight from the mouth of Kevin Feige. We didn't want the end of the show to be commoditized to go into the next movie. Here's the white guy. Let me show you how power works, he added. Not only was Strange cut from WandaVision, but apparently it meant they had to rewrite Doctor Strange from the Multiverse of Madness too. Feige described their creative process, a wonderful combination of very dedicated, coordinated chaos. Chaos magic. This is the MCU now, folks. That's the bottom line. This is just another piece of evidence that Marvel Studios has lost its way, and they are embracing identity politics. It may have seemed like a slow drip. It may have seemed like it was coming along slowly, but it is fully here. Kevin Feige himself is saying that they are cutting out things. They're changing their plans because they don't want a white man whose job it is to protect the universe from these supernatural threats. They don't want him to maybe show or teach Wanda anything. So they rewrote the movie and they cut him out of WandaVision. This goes in line with everything we've been hearing from other places in the MCU. Anthony Mackie claims Disney and Marvel Studios are trying to, quote, change the way society looks at itself. It's no longer about escapism. It's no longer about entertainment. This is a quote from Anthony Mackie. It's been an emotional experience, especially in the time which we live in now. For Marvel to give me the opportunity as a black man from the South to become Captain America, I think says a lot. Not only about the work I've put in to get to this point and that they would entrust me with that, but with the way they're hoping to change the way society looks at itself. This is not groundbreaking. This happened in the comics, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know if you realize that this was a comic that Sam Wilson Falcon was in the comic books, but he was. This isn't fucking revolutionary, man. But everyone wants to pretend like it is. The idea that they are admitting that they want to change the way society looks at itself, the way that they are admitting that they pulled Doctor Strange's part in WandaVision because they didn't want a white male mansplaining to Wanda. WandaVision is a mess, man. If you actually dig into that and look, the show itself is a convoluted mess. It is very much about feminism and empowering Wanda despite all these other things that she did. All these terrible fucking things that she did that they don't acknowledge it at all. She suffers no consequences, no repercussions, just, oh, poor Wanda, she's such a strong woman. Look at what she's been through and is going through. This is your MCU now, unfortunately. Ironic, isn't it, that Doctor Strange, they even talk about this in the article, Doctor Strange is taught by a white woman who they race swapped, right, for a white woman. That is who teaches him to unleash these powers, to understand what his powers are, gives him that responsibility. But Doctor Strange is not allowed to teach a white woman something. This is insanity, but this is the MCU. I've been saying it for a while that I liked what the MCU was doing in the beginning. Phase 1 and Phase 2, I really enjoyed and I was really down with. I also loved when DC came out and did something completely different with Man of Steel, BVS. I loved that as well. I liked it because it was different than Marvel. Marvel all of a sudden decided to make everything like Guardians of the Galaxy, and then they took it the next step. Phase 4 was really Phase Woke, because it is all about pushing this narrative. I'm not interested in this stuff anymore. I'm not interested in being lectured to and being taught this narrative about something because we can't have white men explaining anything anymore, despite the fact that that's how you built your fucking franchise. One of the biggest problems people had was that Tony Stark was the mentor to Spider-Man, that he's basically Iron Boy instead of Spider-Man. And it's fine then, it's accepted then, but not now, because now it's officially the MCU. Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comments below, about Kevin Feige acknowledging that they cut Doctor Strange out of WandaVision because he's a white man. This is insanity. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.